THUNDERSTUD here, and we are doing more Melodious. I know you're probably tired of this archetype already. I'm doing it a bunch, but it's finally optimized, and it may be the best thing from the new box, guys. I think Konami was trying to distract us with pendulums, when really, Melodious is probably the best thing. It's probably going to be around. It's eventually going to be ban listed, I can tell you. We'll probably lose score. We could lose first movement or even soprano to a ban list, and there's plenty of ways to cripple it in the future, so get it while it's hot. We can run Treacherous for now. Treacherous works great with our Bloom because Bloom can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. It's just such an insane card, such a strong card. You have ways to destroy special summon monsters and do some damage while you do. Crazy little card. Now the difference is this one card. We're soft locked to 1 in Duel Links. If you control no monsters, fusion summon 1 Melodious fusion monster from your extra deck using 2 monsters from your hand or deck. So you just straight up fusion from your deck 1 card Bloom, guys. 1 card Bloom straight up, no strings attached beyond don't have any monsters. During the end phase of this turn, destroy the monster fusion summoned by this effect, and if you do, if all the fusion materials that were used for its fusion are in your graveyard, you can special summon all of them. Guess what? Bloom can't be destroyed. Bloom just can't be destroyed. This card is too good with Bloom. It's just a free Bloom. Literally no downside. It's just a free Bloom. Absolutely crazy. Combine that with the skill. You've got multi-Blooms. You got damage all you want with our Maestras. It's crazy, guys. So good. Not on the 2 limit yet. It's not on the 2 limit yet. So get it in while it's hot, guys. Optimized. Potentially tier breaking. That's Melodious. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a little Yugi. So Bloom. Oh my god, this guy was on an 11 win streak. I just noticed. So Bloom, it makes things like Harpy's effect stronger. It makes things like Karma Cut stronger. So maybe those are good techs to work in. Here, we got a Treacherous and a Mystical Space Typhoon. This guy was on an 11 win streak with Gaia. So we're gonna bust his Galloping Gaia. That's already a big head start for us. He's still got his Magical Knight, but he did not have the proper Dragon. He brings out a Flare. Thanks. That just helps our Treacherous. He sets a back row, trying to get fancy. We're going to special summon Sonata. We're going to throw that Sonata away into a Sophina, add Sonata back to our hand, and then bring her right back out. These are buff monsters. We don't got to do any plays, but we can do some plays that go right into a Bloom. We're going for the longer duel instead of trying to threaten for lethal here. This monster is low-key kind of creepy with how strong it is. Just can't be destroyed, and it destroys your special summon monsters. Just those eyes, kind of wild. So nothing from this boy. I'm pretty sure he did have a delay, but like I said, we're going with the slower duel. He's got an Origin and then realizes nothing he can really do as he scoops. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Sarah. Sorry, going first. 27 cards over there. We got the new card, Ostinato, or Ostinato? Never heard of that term. But it's a 1-card Bloom. You milled 2 to the graveyard. We milled a Sonata and a Mozarta, and we get this terrifying monster Bloom. It's honestly very creepy with how strong it is and how it looks. I think it's kind of a creepy monster, but it's a very cool monster. I'm super into it. Melodious monsters going ham. It's always an archetype I kind of liked, but now I really like it. So it's pretty good. Look at that first turn play. We got a Bloom. We got Sophina. We got Sonata. This guy is going Magic Veil into some sort of tune, so he doesn't stand a chance. And all this beautiful power in this deck, and we're not even too limited yet. So that means we're gonna just crush duels with Treacherous. He's got a Kiteroid to survive. He looks like he's Magician Girls, but we're pecking at him already. He's down to 1300 with just 2 cards in his hand. He did have Life Charge to make him 2100, but obviously that's not enough versus our big bad Maestra. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Silvio. We're going first. He's got no extra deck. 22 cards. Neo New Silvio! I think that's Yosenju's. Yep. So we gotta be ready for Yosenju's, and guess what we are? We got the brand new card, Ostinato. That's gonna be a 1-card bloom, guys. Check that out. 1-card bloom. Very, very nice as she blooms. Oops. And we have 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, so check that out. Now here he's going for an Isna. That should protect his normal summons of Yosenju's, but he's in trouble because we have 2 Mystical Space Typhoons. So we hit a right Yosenju Shinchu, then we hit a Hito with the second one, and he's got a 3rd tuner, scale pendulum monster. So he had a huge turn coming. He could have special summoned the dieback, he could have special summoned the Hito all at once. Guess he only really needs 1 instance of return, but it would have gave him lethal, so now he has to settle with a 2300, and now, even without our bloom, his field's completely vulnerable. We know he has no good hand traps or anything, so with the solo and a Sonata, it's really not going to be much of a challenge. Soprano even adds a 2nd Sonata to our hand. We haven't used our normal summon either, so we could make all of this work. We throw her away, bring her back, we could special summon, we could normal summon, we could do Songstress and then normal summon, we could do a fusion. Like I said, we know exactly what's in his hands, so we don't waste any time. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Yuma. We're going first. He's on a little bit of a win streak. I do believe he is on a mods too, so definitely earning our chops here. Handful of monsters. We have Chopina in our hand. That's actually pretty good because we can bring out Mozarda. We got Sonata in the grave. She's to our hand with Sophina. And then we have Sonata on the field once again for a 3-monster field. 3100, 2800. What can Automots do? Remember, we also have Score. We have Score waiting in the wings. That's what broke this deck through. Hand traps are a nightmare. So if your deck has a strong hand trap, you're gonna go places. He Gaga bolts 1 Maestra, Gaga bolts the 2nd Maestra, goes into a Force Focus. People are choosing Force Focus over Bouncer. A lot of you people were asking when I was talking about Automots how the nerf wasn't too big to Sister. People don't play Bouncer anymore, man. First turn Bouncer isn't really that good anymore. People are going Force Focus for it. People are doing other plays. Some people will even try to protect an M7 with a Roach instead of going first turn Bowser anymore. Anyway, we get a solo after a whole field is crushed. That's a Soprano. That adds Score back to our hand. Talk about a Score. We go with Sonata. That's a nice easy Shiberta. No cutscene for Shiberta. It's gonna Force Focus Shiberta. We could actually chain to the Force Focus, so we don't really have to worry about that. We weren't gonna use her effect anyway. And now we hit him with the Score for the lethal amount of damage. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a My Valentine. Now, Harpies are a great way to get around our poor little Bloom. Harpies and Karma Cut. That's obviously helping Harpies and helping Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes is really staying afloat. They fell off a little, but they're coming back a little, so just to be right back. We get hit with a Floodgate on our Soprano. No big deals. We already have a Treacherous. This dude's genuinely Black Wings, so he blows another normal summon on a Bora, which means we're going to be able to crush him with the Treacherous, and now we just have to pump out a lethal amount of damage. I think I missed by here too. I normal summon a Sonata when I think I wanted to do so the Soprano. Doesn't really matter though, as we go Mozarda. She's going to special summon the Soprano from our hand. That adds the Sonata back to our hand. And we already know he just has whatever he searched with that Black Wing, so we already have a lethal amount of damage. you just swing with it, and a lot of the times you're going to find yourself just doing that with this deck, so don't be afraid to do that. You don't have to do the fusion summons just because you have to, you know? Or just because you can, I should say. You can just swing with them. They're good enough. You have follow-ups. You decide what you need to use. You have the 2 limits to still work with. Sky's the limit for this deck so far. I think it will eventually break the tier list or just stay the absolute nightmare rogue deck like Lunalights. So finally optimized though, so we could step away, finish off Big Heavy Samurai, try out all that new stuff that's coming from events. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.